welcome to the DECENDENTX show. This is your host, Descendant. I am bringing you an awesome gameplay, 87-3 on Hardpoint. This is actually from one of my subscribers, Shockbird98. His link will be in the description below. And I have to say that is a pretty badass score. It's actually probably pretty close. I think 87-3 was probably one of the best matches I ever had. And of course, because of the whole host migration, I lost all of that clip, so that sucked really badly. But whatever, that's life. But one of the main topics I want to talk to today is that the new map packs for Black Ops 2 have finally been released. It's going to be on January 29th for the Xbox first. It's called The Revolution. It's going to consist of 5 maps. It's also going to consist of a new SMG gun, which I'll speak about. And it's kind of interesting because of the fact that it's going to be a new SMG added to the whole game. It's not just zombies. That's what I thought it was going to be on, because there's going to be a new zombie map. But apparently it's going to be just a brand new SMG, and it's the first time they've ever done a gun download for any of the downloaded content, so that's a very big thing for them. So let's get right into it. The maps, it's going to be a multiplayer map. It's called Hydro. And apparently what I've seen is it's actually a dam in Pakistan. And the crazy thing is as you're playing the game, in the middle of the area, the dam is actually active, and the water will actually come out. It could actually take you out right in the middle of the match. So bam, just like getting hit by the train and express, you got yourself a big old flood. The next thing is Grind, and it's actually a skate park in California. It's quite different because when you're playing the game and you're sitting there looking around, usually got all these square edges, and what we talked about was all these rounded edges, so it's going to make you have to be a little bit more aggressive and keep moving, and not necessarily just camp around corners because things are a little bit different laid out. The other thing I thought of is, can you run up the curve? Can you run up and grab the ledge like if you were actually inside of a half pipe? Because they're going to have a lot of them all over the place in bowls and stuff that people can jump into. So I'm going to assume you're going to be able to run and jump up the side, which would be cool because it gives you a lot more options of jumping up. And the other thing I thought of would be really cool is that people could do some really cool trick shots. Maybe they could slide down, or maybe, the other thing that'd be really sweet would be RC cars, driving those around the skate park. That sounds like a badass idea to me. The third map is called Downhill. They're finally bringing snow to Black Ops 2 because they haven't actually had any snow levels, and a lot of people are actually asking for it. And I'm sure they already had this in mind, so that's pretty cool. It's out in the French Alps. It's a ski resort. It's definitely outside. Looks like you'd be attacked by a bear, but whatever. I don't know. It's just out there in the snow. It's pretty cool. And the other thing is there's these, like the ski lifts. They're like gondolas. They're sitting there moving around. And again, there's another thing that can come along. It's not moving very fast, it looks like, but they come along and whack you just like the train again and express. It looks like they're definitely wanting to have a bunch of different maps with ways of dying from the map itself. I mean, look, you got drone where you could throw a C4 or a bouncing Betty in front of the door, and if the door opens, it kills you. So I mean, they think of all the different crazy ass shit to get yourself killed in the town, inside the map. I mean, the last map is going to be a zombies map. It's called Die Rise. It's kind of funny because it sounds like High Rise from Modern Warfare 2. Well, it's actually in a skyscraper, I guess multiple skyscrapers is what they described it as. And it's, what's it called? It's in the Far East, and like I said, there's a lot of skyscrapers everywhere, and it has a lot of ups and downs. There's elevator shafts so you could fall down and die. And there's a lot of tight quarters. It actually looks, like literally as you're going through different rooms, so I thought it'd be kind of weird. Zombies are going to be a little hard to kite them around through doors and rooms. But who knows, maybe they'll figure something out. And in addition to that, they added a new mode called Turned. And Turned finally lets you be the zombie. And I thought, when I looked at that Die Rise level, I was like, man, that looks like something straight out of Left 4 Dead. Well, sure enough, look, there's like a mode just like Left 4 Dead. They're calling it Turned now. And, it looks like there's 4 people. And there's one of the people is actually a human, and the other 3 are zombies. If the zombie manages to kill the human, then he himself gets to become the human. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's not really infected, but at the same time, he's pretty much like infected, except instead of, getting the last kill, you get to become get to become the human, which is pretty cool, I thought. And actually, now that I mentioned it, I forgot one of the multiplayer maps. It's called Mirage, and it's out in China, and it's out in the Gobi Desert. So there's sand everywhere. It's like caking all over the pagoda-looking buildings, and there's just these sand dunes everywhere. And it looks to me like a lot of the sand dunes go up the side of a wall, and they go all the way to the roof. So there might be a high possibility that you just run up these sand dunes and jump up on top of the roof, which that'd be pretty darn sweet if you ask me. But we'll just have to see. It looks like January 29th they're going to be doing that, and it's going to be called The Revolution. And I thought that was pretty cool. One question here right in the middle of everything I was going to say is, what is your guys' favorite game mode? Kill confirmed. You just love the fact you can go run and gun, grab those tags, get all pumped like I do, because I love running and gunning. That's my favorite thing. I've noticed when I've been playing hardcore lately, it gets kind of boring, man. You sit back a lot more because you can't run out there, because you're just going to get your ass handed to you. It's just the way of life. But so be it. Yeah, so Kill Confirmed is definitely my favorite mode. Running any kind of SMGs. Just straight up killing. That's what I got to do. What you got to do. The other thing is I want to know is there any challenges that you guys can think of that you'd like me to record? Like, say, for instance, handgun only, knife only, go into gun game, just literally knife only, and just try to get some reactions. Well, guess what? I already did one of those, so you don't have to ask me that one. But that's just an example. Let's see here. The other thing I wanted to get... Oh, you know what? I was actually wondering if anyone out there knew how to do some really decent editing. Maybe an intro or an outro. Or if somebody wants to just make a fan art for me, maybe a background. That'd be pretty cool. Might sport it up there and feature your channel on my featured channels list. And if you see anyone in there, on my featured channels list, it's definitely people that have supported me quite well. Or I really, really enjoy their content, so please do check out those channels. That would be much appreciated. Let's see here. Oh, and the very last thing, I don't know, I might cut a little short on my commentary just because this is quite a bit of talking. But the very last thing, and I think it's probably one of the coolest things, is the Peacekeeper, is the SMG that's going to be released with the download content. I thought that was pretty sweet. I don't know how it's going to work with your current gold/diamond situation. As far as I know, it's just going to be, you have to unlock everything in that gun also. But I don't think it's going to affect anything, unless the downside is you haven't gotten gold with all your guns, so then you'll still have to get that one. But that's not really any different, so either way, you would have had to get all gold to get diamond, but maybe it might be people have a harder time getting it because there's an extra gun. But I don't know. Looking at that versus the assault rifles, hell, I think there's like 8 or 9 assault rifles, and I'm trying to do those gold. And I'll tell you what, man, it's taken a long time. It's not very easy. But whatever, no big deal. I got plenty of time. I don't think, the next game's going to come out till next November, so that's not a big deal whatsoever. Let's see here. I think I covered everything. I guess the only thing, like for instance, this guy, Shockbird98, he entered his clip, and he got himself commented over. If there's any clips that you have that, are exceptionally a little bit better than usual, I might just want to go ahead and commentate over it for you, give you the credit, if that's okay with you. I'm accepting any kind of clips. I'll do a montage sometime. Not completely sure when, just because I'm still new to the whole editing software. But, I don't know. I guess that's about it. I hope you guys could like, comment, subscribe. Favorite the video if you really guys like me a lot. I'd much appreciate it. If you know anyone that's interested in looking at my work, please, shoot them my way. It'd be much appreciated. I will be doing a shout out and an answer video eventually. I was hoping to get a little bit more questions before I do the answer one, but I might just cut it short and then sometime in the future do another question thing if you guys. But anytime, you guys can always ask me questions. I'd appreciate it. So, thanks guys. Have a great one. Peace out.